Fishermen in Zambales still managed to make a living near Scarborough Shoal by cutting short their fishing trips after China implemented new rules that allowed its Coast Guard to detain for up to 60 days without trial any foreigner who it deems illegally crossing its claimed borders in the South China Sea. In an interview with the Inquirer on Sunday, June 23, fisherman Nido Morales said the new rules made their situation harder at sea, but it would not stop them from going to their traditional fishing ground. Moralde arrived in Subic, Zambales on Friday, June 21 with 11 other fishermen after a week near Scarborough Shoal in the West Philippine Sea. Moralde said they needed to cut short their trip despite not having enough catch in order to avoid encountering the China Coast Guard. The bad weather had also hampered their efforts to fish. Before the new rules were announced by China, the fishing team would usually spend over a week in the shoal, allowing each fisherman to earn 30,000 pesos to 50,000 pesos per fishing trip, when they could still enter the lagoon that would serve as their shelter during inclement weather. But with the shortened trips, fishers could only hope for 10,000 pesos to 15,000 pesos per trip. According to Moralde, they would enter the shoal in complete darkness, turning off all lights to elude the Chinese Coast Guard that would usually chase them day or night every time they were anywhere near Scarborough Shoal. Zambales fishers are defying the annual China fishing ban in the South China Sea that included large swatches of West Philippine Sea from May 1 to August 16, and the threat of the China Coast Guard to detain them. Scarborough Shoal is located within the country's 370-kilometer exclusive economic zone in the South China Sea. The Philippines refers to the waters within its exclusive economic zone as the West Philippine Sea. In 2016, the Netherlands-based arbitral tribunal ruled that China's claim of historic rights to resources within its so-called Nine-Dash Line had no basis in law, as it upheld the Philippine sovereign rights and jurisdiction in its exclusive economic zone. China refused to recognize the ruling. In the wake of escalating maritime confrontations with China in the West Philippine Sea, President Bongbong Marcos says the Philippines is not in the business of instigating war and will always aim to settle disputes peacefully. In a speech before members of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Western Command, Marcos said the Philippines will continue to exercise its freedoms in accordance with international law. According to the president, it is the government's ambition to provide a peaceful and prosperous life for every Filipino. He emphasizes that in defending the nation, the country will stay true to the Filipino nature of settling issues peacefully. Marcos's visit to WESCOM follows almost a week after the June 17 confrontation between personnel of the Philippine Navy and the China Coast Guard. The ramming by the China Coast Guard of a Navy boat severed a Filipino sailor's thumb as he and his team were out for the rotation and resupply mission to BRP Sierra Madre. The Chinese also rammed and towed the Philippine boats, wielded bolos and spears at the Filipino troops, and deployed tear gas in the ensuing commotion. Before Marcos's remarks at WESCOM, Malacanang officials on Friday, June 21, played down the incident as a misunderstanding or an accident. On Saturday, June 22, Philippine Coast Guard Commodore J. Tariela echoed Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin's remarks that the incident could not be classified as an armed attack. Tariela also said he does not see any reason for any foreign actors to support the routine resupply mission to BRP Sierra Madre. Manila's mutual defense treaty with Washington calls for each other's defense in case of an armed attack, which is how some observers regard the events of June 17. The National People's Coalition has ordered the removal of suspended Bamban Mayor Alice Go from the roster of its members amid allegations linking her with an illegal Philippine offshore gaming operator hub in her town. In a letter dated June 22, NPC Chairman and former Senate President Tito Soto ordered Go's removal after consulting with the leaders and members of the party. According to Soto, their party will not tolerate any unlawful acts or any appearance of impropriety by its members, citing the gravity of the charges and ongoing investigation against Go. The order comes after a petition from Tarlac Governor Susan Yap last June 17. In her letter, Yap earlier said that it appears that Go was unable to present any compelling evidence which would disprove the allegations against her. Yap had requested Go's removal from the party, citing the MPC's stand to uphold honesty and integrity. The Office of the Ombudsman previously ordered the suspension of Go following complaints filed by the Department of Interior and Local Government. Aside from this, the Philippine National Police Criminal Investigation and Detection Group and the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission filed a qualified human trafficking case against Go for alleged connection to labor trafficking of around 500 foreign POGO workers. Go has denied her involvement with illegal POGO activities. Motorists will have to pay more for fuel products this week as oil companies will implement another hefty upward adjustment. In separate advisories on Monday, June 24, local oil firms say they would jack up fuel prices starting Tuesday, June 25. The price of diesel per liter will increase by 1 peso and 75 centavos, while the price of gasoline per liter would also climb by 1 peso and 40 centavos. Meanwhile, the price of kerosene will go up by 1 peso and 5 centavos per liter. Department of Energy Oil Industry Management Bureau Director Rodela Romero says the oil price hikes this week could be attributed to the continued geopolitical tensions and supply risks.